name's Anna Balint, and I'm going to read 2 poems today. The poems come out of funny places, at least mine do. And we've been at war now in this country for more than a decade. And a lot of the time life just goes on as if we weren't at war, our day-to-day lives. And then all of a sudden, something enters unexpectedly and reminds us. And that's what happened for me and led to this poem. It's called Routine Care for Hepatitis C. And it's November 2004, which is significant. The good news is, my liver is holding up. Its image on the ultrasound screen as silvery and smooth as a moon. Lying beneath pre-warmed blankets, feeling pre-warmed gel slip and slide over the exposed portion of my abdomen, I do as the technician instructs. Deep breath, hold, okay, breathe. His voice is routine but kindly. He's an older Indian man with speckled hands, dressed in pressed green scrubs. His name tag identifies him as Vikram. Your liver is looking very beautiful, Vikram tells me, and beams and waits a beat. Okay, again. Deep breath, hold, okay, breathe, and so on. In and out, until there occurs an eclipse of sorts. The steady glow of my liver gradually overshadowed by the simple act of breathing. Because here I am, still able to draw in and exhale air at will and with ease in the sanctity of a clean hospital room. Even as this unholy year comes crashing to its end, and in faraway Fallujah, where homes are rubble and civilian dead with melted flesh clog the streets, the air is fetid and too thick with white phosphorus dust to safely draw a breath. And even the hospitals are occupied. I think the act of remembering is a very important part of social change. Life and events go whizzing by, things happen, atrocities happen, and so easily we forget. I was reminded of something 3 weeks ago that's led me to want to read this next poem. In our local news, there was the coverage about a young man named D'Angelo Saloy, who was arrested for the 2008 gang-related murder of Quincy Coleman. Some of you may remember Quincy Coleman's murder. It was quite a big item in the news at the time. He was shot down outside Garfield High School, where he died, on Halloween night, 2008. And his death prompted a sort of new surge of looking into gang violence in Seattle, and oh, we must do something about this. So now, 4 years later, D'Angelo Saloy is arrested. I knew D'Angelo as a baby and a toddler. He was often at my house, in my kitchen and my living room. My teenage daughter was his babysitter. And then this happened. Well, it's taken me right back to a poem that I wrote in 1991, during the first Gulf War, at a time when my own then teenage son was deeply entrenched in gang life. And I want to read it today and dedicate it to both Quincy and D'Angelo, and to a whole new generation of young men for whom nothing has changed between the time I wrote this poem and now. It's called Ruthless. The ruthless ones, with round cheeks and soft, soft mustaches, cluster in bleak places. Deformed peacocks, they parade to show off their colors. Firemen, truck drivers, Superman, and fathers, all closed up in picture books, sometime between kindergarten and second grade. Now there's troops in the desert, missiles on the horizon, and very little else. Too young to be issued a uniform, a gun, and orders to run amok. Not quite old enough to be wrapped in glory. They choose their own colors, something closer to home to draw blood and die for. Thank you.